Stress and stressors. What is stress and what are stressors? Stress is a constraining force or influence. Stressors are activities, events, or other stimulus that causes stress. Examples of stressors or stressful events are major life events such as losing a loved one, being in a financial crisis, chronic disease and pain such as heart disease and diabetes. Um, Stress response system, fight or flight, is when you want to decide whether you want to stay and fight against whatever's causing your stress or flee away from whatever's causing it. And then it is triggered by real or imaginary threats. The nervous system is activated and the hormones are released. Adrenal glands are also triggered. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure and your breathing rate also increase. And it takes about 20 to 60 minutes to return to your pre-arousal levels.
Chronic stress can occur in response to everyday stressors that are ignored or poorly managed, as well as to exposure to traumatic events. The consequences of chronic stress are serious, particularly as it contributes to anxiety and depression. People who suffer from depression and anxiety are at twice the risk for heart disease than people without these conditions. Additionally, research has shown that there is an association between both acute and chronic stress and a person's abuse of addictive substances. People living in poverty, struggling to pay bills, being away from family during the holiday season, or people who have suffered from abuse or neglect could all be suffering from chronic stress. People with lower stress and who have more control of their environment tend to live longer. Lower class workers who have demanding and stressful jobs are more at risk for cardiovascular problems. This idea may help to explain the relationship between social class and longevity. Stress has been found to increase vulnerability to heart disease. In stressful environments, cholesterol and blood clotting levels rose to dangerous levels. In the past, researchers have looked at gravestones and found that larger, more expensive, and prestigious gravestones indicating wealth have average longer lifespans. Type A personalities tend to be more competitive, impatient, time-conscious, verbally aggressive, and easily angered. People with type A personalities are twice as likely to develop coronary heart disease. Type B personalities are more calm, decisive, and relaxed, meaning less stress and lower chance to have heart problems. Type A personalities were also found to more commonly be users of tobacco, alcohol, caffeine, and were sleep deprived, increasing the chances of heart problems even more so.
Hey, this is Shashi, and I'm going to talk about stress and susceptibility to disease, the immune system, AIDS, cancer, and classical conditioning to the immune system. So first off, stress affects your immune system and makes it more vulnerable to viruses and bacteria. And psychophysiological illnesses are illnesses that are stress related, like headaches and hypertension. What the immune system does is that it protects your body from foreign substances, viruses, and bacteria. Two types of white blood cells, which are cells that protect your body, are B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes form from bone marrow and release antibodies that fight bacterial infection. T lymphocytes form from the thymus and attacks cancer cells, viruses, and foreign substances. Another part of the immune system is a macrophage. It identifies and ingests invaders. And other factors that affect the immune system are age, nutrition, genetics, and body temperature. In one experiment, dental students received punch holes in their skin, One group was on vacation and the other group was in an exam setting. The researchers found that the students that were taking the exam, they heal at a rate of 40% slower than the other group that were on vacation. AIDS, the next part is AIDS and HIV and how stress affects it. AIDS is the world's fourth leading killer. It is spread by bodily fluids, and it pretty much just like weakens the immune system. Researchers found that stress affects the speed of progression of infected individuals. HIV infected men faced with a lot of stress deal with a faster disease progression. The next topic is cancer on stress. Stress and negativity are linked to the progression rate of cancer. Experimenters placed tumor cells into rodents. The rodents that were shocked with electrical impulses were more prone to cancer. But other researchers they find no connection between the two, because they say that war and concentration camp survivors have like not a lot of elevated cancer rates. And the last topic is conditioning the immune system. It was an experiment between Robert Adler and Nicholas Cohen, and they used classical conditioning. Adler and Cohen were researching the taste aversions in rats. They paired rats with saccharin sweetened water and injections of drugs, and it triggered immune suppression. They repeated, and they found that the water alone triggered immune suppression as if the drug had been given. The second part continued. Is the questions this leads to is it possible to condition the immune system's enhancements? And can placebo effects sometimes trigger the same effect of a drug? But for now, we can view stress's effects on our resistance to disease. And I'm done. Bye.